I guess how much of getting ICFP right is about the process and the tools itself versus the actual relationships and the conversations around it, so the cultural piece.
Right, so at the risk of sitting on the fence and getting splinters, I do think it's both. But I think you need the relationships with your staff first. And the reason for that is it's about selling the process and getting buy-in and getting commitment. And then I think it is the process which is crucial. And I think especially in terms of the technical setup, just as with any system, you go into a maths lesson, if you ever do, and the kids say, oh, well, it must be right because the calculator says so. But as with any system, if it's rubbish in, it's rubbish out. And so I think any trust needs a real expert in the technical setup, and that isn't me in Tove. It genuinely isn't. You need somebody who's a technical expert to help schools set up and support and train. And you need the educationalist, me in this instance, talking about the outcomes and the educational leadership aspects. And so I think that training is absolutely critical, and an honest two-way dialogue. So training for heads and school business managers together, for example, collectively, getting them all in a room together, because that Q&A and a shared experience is really, really important. Because if you believe in that product and process, which we do, sell it, demonstrate it, that's really important. Then I think that targeted training, the relationships you've spoken about with specific schools, who some of them may be more hesitant, some of them may have bigger issues to resolve. And then you front load that technical support, someone who's brilliant at it, and we've got one, Sharon, superb, who's really good at adding courses, that sort of detail in the background. And I look at some of that and I think, oh my goodness. And I know that there's an AI function on it and something, but actually if I can just say, Sharon, can you just pop that in for a no problem at all, and it takes literally takes 1 minute.
Okay, so you may have noticed Andy has moved rooms. That's one of the joys of working in an actual school. I don't have that issue as I'm sat at home. It's only if my children run in, I have to pause and start again. So we were just talking, Andy, about the ICFP in terms of the process itself versus the relationships and the conversations around it. One of the things I found interesting is around that collective approach to training and support. And 99.9%, if not 100% of the time, when we speak to trusts that have embedded ICFP successfully, the one thing they'll say to us is just get everybody in the room, get curriculum, get finance in the room, get them talking together, working together, because that's the way culturally you bring everybody on board and get them sort of moving in the same direction.